it was a good excuse for people to bring out their daily anger in a particular way, in a way that if they saw me in person, they'd be like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It would be like that. But on the internet, they can go on, they can
be
call
tough
you.
guy.
But yeah, it's just what it is.
Good old Charlamagne the guy. You know, we mentioned him.
Charlamagne.
It was Charlamagne. He was having a conversation based around how people tried to influence his opinion on Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers project, which we talked about when it came out. I'm going to read a comment from him because he's pretty much trying to explain how fans may be influenced by how they receive certain stuff as it relates to social media. And then we can kind of react and go off his comment. And he says, if your emotional IQ is so low that people on social media can dictate how you move, how you think, how you talk, you're not a smart person to me. Smart people know how to disconnect from that. And smart people know how to do some meditation and make sure their thoughts are absolutely, positively their own. What y'all think about that?
I mean, I think that...
Is that a fair assessment?
Like if somebody's telling you to react a certain way to an album and he's a personality, I think that just comes with the job, and they're just using Kendrick's album because Kendrick's hot right now as the talking point. People always try to influence a personality to sway a certain way.
Because I do think social media, there is such thing as pressure from social media in terms of how you react to certain things. Because social media can influence a lot of opinions.
He's also saying at the beginning, he's pretty much stating what I'm saying as far as him being a personality.
Right.
Fans are always trying to persuade
him as
his
a personality
opinion about what to say on music or about music on the Breakfast Club, because the Breakfast Club is a nationally syndicated show.
Do you think that can be applied to just regular people in general?
Yeah, I don't think it has. I mean, it involves social media because now that's readily available. But I think this has always been something that has been done, whether it be before social media, the record label sending you a freaking fruit tray along with the album and some other stuff for you to kind of influence your opinion on the album.
I got you.
Now, what happens with social media is just more noise you got to navigate through. But all you got to do is turn the notifications off at the end of the day when it comes to social media. But I mean, I think that's just par for the course if you're considered a personality, I believe.
I got you.
Especially when it comes to music.
And I guess I was trying to make it more towards just the average person, the regular person, how that person, just the regular consumer, how social media and, how that may affect someone's opinions on record because everybody else, quote unquote, likes it or everybody else, quote unquote, does not like it.
I mean, but that's kind of par for the course too. Just like $1 Million Baby is the #1 song right now.
Right.
And that happened in part due to TikTok. And we see that trend happening a whole lot where TikTok influences what the next trend, what's next to be hot. Now, I agree with that particular statement.
Yeah.
Because, I haven't even really heard them talking about it at all. This is all generated through social media and through consumers christening this song as the best song or the song of the summer.
Right.
If you listen to the lyrics of this song, the lyrics really ain't nothing.
No, it's nothing.
It's essentially the energy, the vibe of the song.
There we go with the vibe.
That's exactly what it is, though.
Yeah.
It just makes you, it's a cool song. It makes you feel a certain type of way. It makes you move. That's a social media influence, in my personal opinion.
I got you.
But as far as, nobody can tell me or make me like an album based off what they think about it.
I also think that the state where we are in our lives is different from someone that might be younger, that might be more, I guess.
That's fine.
I don't know if I want to use impressionable, but I'm just throwing that out.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. If you one of these people that goes off of trends and when the wind blows, that's on you, not me.
That's fair.
All I know is when I listen to a record and I enjoy it, like, I'm not going to get on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram looking for other opinions to validate how I feel about a certain piece of art.
Gosh.
And I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong. And, to where they're like, oh, well, maybe I didn't enjoy this as much as it did. No, you enjoyed it. Yeah. You just don't want to be against, like, whatever whatever's trending right now. Or, you don't want to have a different opinion, or you don't want to be left out or seem like you're a weirdo because you like or dislike something that everyone else doesn't like or dislike. There are just things that I have enjoyed where, the rest of the world or the internet it's just like, no, that wasn't it. Or it's been vice versa. People are looking to say things and have a hot take, and maybe if it's funny or it gains some traction, you're supposed to go along with that. Like, just enjoy what you enjoy. And if you're looking for validation about things that you like, from a bunch of people you don't know and who don't care anything about you, then honestly, that's a life that you're living that you need to reassess.
That's fair.
Which goes along with what Charlamagne was saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Y'all live too much for the clicks and the validation of people that don't know you. Like, if I really cared about that, I wouldn't still be active on Twitter, because nobody cares what's on Twitter anymore.
It's hard to make somebody like an album or music.
Right.
Like, it's either you like it or you don't. There's never been anything musically that I've liked because somebody else liked it. But I guess I don't speak for everybody else, because I like music, puts me in a certain mood. So if it never made me feel a certain type of way, then I'm not going to keep revisiting it, trying to hear it the same way you heard it. It's just not my thing. It's the same thing like people love Future. I always bring this up. I don't see what the appeal of Future is like that. He has a couple songs here and there, but there's people that literally say that Future is the best rapper out here. Just like some people really like MF Doom.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's a certain feeling that he gives to certain individuals that I never tapped into. So I don't enjoy it that same way. Even when I try to listen to it, it's just like,
just don't hit me.
It don't hit me the same way. So I can't be influenced off something that I don't like. Now, there's been albums that people have been like, this is a really good album. And I listen to it and I'm like, I agree. This is a really good album. Right on for putting me on. But you can't just make me like an album because you like it. It doesn't work that way.
Like, I know people who are personalities who have podcasts, or who may have YouTube shows, and these people will literally be on Twitter all day, be on Reddit all day, listening to what people are saying about them, reading what people are saying about them, and crafting their thoughts just to talk to them in that crowd, to just please them. I'm like, my God, how narrow-minded is that? That's why, for me, man, if you claim to be an academic, or you claim to be a well-educated person, you claim to be an intelligent, book-smart person, I don't think you're that smart if your emotional IQ is that low. If your emotional IQ is so low that people on social media can dictate how you move, how you think, how you talk, you're not a smart person to me. Smart people know how to disconnect from that. And smart people know how to go, do some meditation to make sure that their thoughts are absolutely positively their own. Like, I got people right now today hitting my phone trying to tell me how they feel about the new Kendrick Lamar record. I love Kendrick Lamar. I think he's fantastic. I think Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers in the future is going to be known as one of the most important hip-hop albums of all time. That one and Jay-Z's 444. But people are hitting me, telling me their thoughts and telling me their opinions. And I'm blocking all of that because I listened to the record. I listened to it 5 or 6 times.
Same. I
know what I got from it. I know what I feel about it. And I'm not letting y'all change my mind.
That's real.
But they're doing that because they know that tomorrow, when I'm on the air, I'm going to be talking about it. So they're trying to curate my thoughts, and they're trying to push my thoughts in a certain direction. I don't want that. And I'm just using that record as an example because it's the freshest thing on my mind, but I'm like that with anything. I need my own clarity. I need to lean into my own discernment. What is my spirit telling me about this situation or this moment or this thing? That's all I care about. I don't care about any of that noise that exists on social media.
Look, just imagine what our show would sound like if we went through the comments on all of our YouTube and all of our TikTok and made decisions based on that.
True.
It's crazy too because
we'd have to kick Lone off the show.
This literally goes to the point that he was saying. They named this article. They included Miss Morale and the Big Steppers as the album that he's talking about, and he said, "I'm just using that as an example." But they used it to influence. I mean, that's just how it works. I mean, we do the same thing. Like, if we want somebody to look at a certain clip or watch a certain show, it's all worded a certain way in order to influence that. But I understand what he's saying as far as wanting someone to or feel like they're, you know what I'm saying, have something to say or influencing his thought process on the air. But I mean, that's media personalities, period, I believe.
Yeah.
And you got to look at, like, sometimes even when we talk about the comments, you could tell people are not even reacting to what we say. They're reacting to who, like with the Michael Eric Dyson situation.
Right.
They're not even reacting to what we said. They're just reacting to the fact that they disagree with Michael Eric Dyson whenever he's on TV. You know, I saw a lot of that. I was like, what? And they're not like, someone jumped in and accused me of being an Eminem fan or something. It was weird.
Yeah.
I was like,
wait, on a Michael Eric Dyson?
It was something that, I mean, you know, I guess they were throwing it at me as a jab, but it was like, you can tell not only they didn't even watch that whole just singular clip that we had.
Right.
And I know they didn't listen to the entire conversation.
Yeah.
You know, because people react to, this is meant that to the quote or whatever the title of the video, who may be in the video, and sometimes they just react to the picture. You know, they're not even listening. It's so hard to cut through the noise, and people are just ready to jump out and be the first person to comment and say some flash that they don't even pay attention to what's really going on.
People's opinions are already formed on Michael Eric Dyson. I don't care what we talked about.
And we were
they're gonna come in and be like, I hate dude because he always says this, and this. And that's where the majority of the energy is going to come from. You already don't like
and we
him.
weren't tearing him down on anything
At all.
We were just talking about how on this particular thing we disagreed with him.
That's it.
And we tried to make a actual intelligent discourse with him about what it is that we disagreed with. This wasn't us being like, yeah, F Michael Eric Dyson, and he's you know, he talked too much.
We
Stop.
actually gave him his props.
Yeah,
Definitely
we gave him his props.
flowers.
But people, because there are people who do like Michael Eric Dyson.
I like Michael Eric Dyson.
I went to see Michael Eric
Yeah.
Dyson live when he was at Butler.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did too. I did too. I was so
He's a
it's
good
not,
dude.
So it's not like we were trying to tear him down. It's just like, hey, on this particular thing, we disagree, and here's why we disagree.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they're not here for the nuance of conversation or to even get into the layers of conversation. They just a lot of people are just very surface. But once again, we're talking about the internet.
That's it.
People aren't here. People on the internet aren't. These aren't the people who are reading Michael Eric Dyson's books.
I always make this same point that the internet gave people a voice who really wasn't back in the day.
Who really ain't
Now,
back in the
but
day.
But now I kind of put it to back when we were in school. So it makes people that didn't have a say, didn't have a voice, didn't have anything until they got the internet.
I don't even
and
really.
now people grow up with it, and it's now a crutch on life. Period. Now, so like you don't even have to have a personality outside of social media. You can be somebody totally different online than you are out in public. And I literally witness this stuff all the time. Like people our age, they have this online persona that they're this, that, and the other, and that ain't them though. But they can do that online because they're never going to meet these people. They don't care.
Jump.
So I can say whatever I want online and hide behind it and stand strong. But if you see me in person, I'm the Lion with No Courage from Wizard of Oz. You know what I'm saying?
What were you gonna say, Long?
Just that I think it's even. I don't disagree with that, but I think it's even more simple. I think the internet just gives a voice to people that are miserable. And
that too.
And a lot of the negative comments that like spark up on any given thing are just people when they're going through a miserable moment. And that's the easiest way to lash out. You know, it's the easiest way to, pay for therapy. To go on there and just trash somebody else and feel a little bit better about yourself.
And it's coming from a safe space because you're not held accountable, and you can just be nice and private. Nobody knows where you're coming from, where you live, and you can be as bold as possible.
Yeah. So I think that's what a lot of it is.
Well,
I'm not mad at that either, actually.
Well, I'll say this, and I think this is pretty accurate for the rest of us. Anything I've ever said about an artist on this show, I would say to their face.
Facts.
Whether it be good, whether it be bad, like I'm not doing any of this for clout because you know what, the clout doesn't pay anything.
Right.
I still got to get up and go to work 7 days a week.
Talk to them.
So I don't really care. You know, I'm not trying to get on here and hurt anybody's feelings or say anything about them that I don't actually feel about them artistically, because that's by and large what we do. We talk about people artistically, whether it be Eminem, whether it be 50 Cent, whether it be, even when, Nicki Minaj's fans went crazy.
Oh, they got real mad.
On specifically me. I'm not saying anything that I would not say to this artist's face. I'll probably never meet them. Because it's like, once again, we're not an industry podcast. We're not here to interview people and prop them up. We're just here to give honest criticism of what it is that you do. But at the same time, like, if I say something good about you, that's how I actually feel.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to gain. We're not trying to gain favor with anybody.
Not at all.
And so if we say, yo, that was whack, that was whack. You know.
I don't think we really cut down people to the point where we couldn't tell them in person how we feel about certain things.
Yeah, the stuff I've said about Lil Wayne, that's what I'd say to his face. I'd say that one album, as the first time I listened to a Lil Wayne album, I think it was like Carter 5, where I felt I was bored by it. Might have been 4. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But I just remember listening to that whole album, and I was like, I'm completely bored by this project. And I would say that to his face.
I actually invite somebody to turn up on me based on something I said on the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to just sue you. I mean, that's just what
that's literally it.
Just going to sue you.
Yeah. So like,
I actually do think that Currency is a better version of Lil B. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Currency a little. Damn.
Yeah,
that's messed
hold on.
up.
But he stood in the paint on it though. He stood in the paint on it.
I'm not saying that Currency is Lil B. I'm just saying he just sounds like a more polished version of it.
Long distance. He stood in the paint on it too.
Lil B just ain't got them beats, huh?
And he
Little Beat the Beast God.
He's a little over there. I'm just talking about like his stylistically.
Yeah.
So
not 100% obviously.
We know Currency a better rapper.
But this is a perfect example of like when this happened, and I said this, and it was one of our segments that went pretty kind of viral in a way that
people took that as
it was a good excuse for people to bring out their daily anger in a particular way, in a way that if they saw me in person, they'd be like, bro, what are you talking about? It would be like that. But on the internet, they can go on, they can call
tough
you
guy.
But yeah, it's just what it is.
What I said about Kid Rock, I would say to his
absolutely.
face.
100%.
I couldn't wait to say some stuff about him to his face, as a man in his face.
Yeah. So, but none of the stuff is like personal, except for like the stuff that is obviously personal. You know, like Diddy's a horrible human being.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. But like,
and that's not even personal. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
He knows it too.
That's why he got that weak ass apology.
But I think that's for the whole Charlamagne thing. I think I think he stated what he stated pretty elegantly.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different type of space when you're doing a show like this, or and Charlamagne's way larger, a media person than we are, but like we understand what he's saying too. You know, like
it's on a smaller level, but the concept is still the same.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's still
like there's nothing. I'll let you guys know.
It's like blogging back in the day. People would send you music.
That part,
It's like,
that part.
Okay, we'll listen to it.
We love the engagement in the comments, but I'm going to let you know, if you're looking to change your mind, you might as well just keep your words to yourself.
It's not going to happen.